I wouldn't say I'm a friend of David Byrne, but I guess I'm an acquaintance. I'm obviously an admirer, and we've met, but we don't call and chat about Breaking Bad or anything. Breaking Bad, I've heard that question phrased in many directions, and it always means the same thing. It's when someone can't, when a decent person can't take it anymore, they just kind of turn and go in the opposite direction. I feel, Breaking Bad, maybe everybody says this about their show, I feel like this show is so special that I don't know that I necessarily really know what it's like to do a regular show. If you like vanilla, you're not going to like Breaking Bad, you need to like a specific flavor that is unusual, that is different, that takes risks. I watch political shows for a number of weeks in a row, and all I see are guys arguing with each other over issues I have no idea about. My brother, he loves war-torn places. My dad would always read the paper and tell me I should watch CNN, but I usually wind up watching Breaking Bad. I look at Breaking Bad as a show about the American family. I can tell you, we had a lot of fun at Breaking Bad. You have too. Whatever happened to books? Suddenly everybody's talking about these 100-hour movies called Breaking Bad. People are talking about TV the same way they used to talk about novels back in the 1980s. I like to think I hang out with some pretty smart people, but all they talk about is Breaking Bad. When I watch Breaking Bad, my stomach is in knots. I'm very glad people love Breaking Bad, but the harder character to write is the good character that's as interesting and as engaging as the bad guy. TV kind of worked out naturally for me. I was fortunate to do a show like Breaking Bad, and then go straight into something like Friday Night Lights. It's not something I focus on, but when they're great projects, I can't pass them up. I saw an Emmy ad that AMC took out with all the Breaking Bad nominees' photos, and there's my picture from the show. It's like World's Ugliest Man, I'm an automatic winner in that category. I really love Dexter. I'd like to be on Curb Your Enthusiasm or Breaking Bad. After you leave a show, any show, but for me especially after Breaking Bad, you hope for a job to help soften the blow now that you don't have this amazing job anymore, and you hope that it's good. For me, I need to be able to show up on set and fart around and goof around. If I can have that, when I'm not acting, then when I'm acting I can go however deep and dark and bad I need to. I developed that more with Breaking Bad because I've never worked on anything as dark for as long. If you look closely at Breaking Bad and any given episode of The X-Files, you will realize the structure is exactly the same. I would watch the remaining 12 or so episodes of Breaking Bad I haven't seen by noon tomorrow, but my wife would kill me. I watched all 5 seasons of The Wire in a month, and she was not happy about it. Honestly, all of Breaking Bad was the best television experience of my entire life, the writing, the crew, the other actors. It's not that I don't enjoy a good mystery that comes and goes in an hour. I do, but God, Breaking Bad and Saul unfold like novels. If I wanted to do TV full-time, Breaking Bad is definitely the type of project I would want to do. But TV is not my favorite thing in the world. I definitely want to focus on film. It's what I grew up loving. It's always been about movies, 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 movies. I really want to make great films. Breaking Bad is one of my favorite shows of all time. It's very exciting to be able to just work in this business, let alone on stuff you are extremely proud of. So it does make me a little nervous, because Breaking Bad is so special. It's great being part of something so great because people pay attention to you, hopefully because you're doing good work. 45 years since I made my first paycheck, and I'm telling you that Breaking Bad is as good as it gets. Like most comics, I tried to come up with a sitcom idea that was based around my life, and it didn't work out. But maybe because it didn't work out, that's why I ended up on Breaking Bad, I don't know. For what it's worth, I enjoy Dexter, Modern Family, True Blood and Breaking Bad. I've enjoyed The Wonderful, The Pacific. When I read both pilots for Breaking Bad and the Michael J. Fox show, I turned to my husband in real life, and I'm like, that is an amazing script. It's the cable shows that are really the most interesting, Mad Men, Breaking Bad, those shows are really the premier shows on television right now. I think cable TV in the United States is amazing right now. It's reinvented television, really. What's going on in the States with some of these cable shows like Breaking Bad and Mad Men is amazing stuff. My son is pre-K and my daughter is in elementary school, so they don't watch the show. But my son knows that I'm on it. He says that Breaking Bad is his favorite show even though he's never seen it. It's really great that he says that, because it makes me look like Mother of the Year. The tried and tested becomes very boring. There's no way that the British equivalent of a Bryan Cranston would get the lead in a British equivalent of Breaking Bad. Broadcasting for advertisers is still the best game in town, and they know it. Look, I admire a lot of the shows on cable. I think Mad Men is wonderful. I think Breaking Bad is wonderful. But let's remember they're about 1/10 the audience of NCIS. I like Breaking Bad and Game of Thrones. I like that era. I like that fantasy world. I love Game of Thrones and Breaking Bad. I never thought anyone would come up to me and say, I like Better Call Saul better than Breaking Bad. If you had asked me before we started, would that bother you if someone said that? First of all, I would have said, that's never gonna happen. And yeah, it probably would bother me. It doesn't bother me a bit. It tickles me. I love it. It'd be great to do some other TV. Breaking Bad is definitely my home, but I'd love to have a nice hiatus gig, like a recurring role, or to do a good film. I'd like to do a Woody Allen movie. I really didn't have a plan, and that's okay with me. What I love about Breaking Bad is the reflection of many people's. It's more real in terms of people have faults, people have character traits that they don't like about themselves. It resembles more of what the human journey really is, and it's less fantastic and hero-driven than other characters and shows that we watch. The Sopranos, Lost, Breaking Bad, and The Wire, those are my all-times. Breaking Bad, when I started watching that show, I thought it was terrific. I love the way it was shot. I love the writing. I love the arc of Bryan Cranston's character. I just thought that was just really, really a wonderful, wonderful show. For Breaking Bad, it was like, that's one of the best pilots, probably the best pilot I have ever read. I think Breaking Bad is incredible. I'm into House of Cards. Breaking Bad, my God, did I binge on that. It's seldom that you find great moments in television. Usually you remember, in Breaking Bad or any of these other great shows, you remember situations or characters, not moments. But I have to say, I can make the same argument for mainstream movies, which have bad narratives and also no memorable moments. The thing that intrigued me about Breaking Bad from day one was the idea of taking a character and transforming him. I honestly love nothing better than digging into a really good serialized show, whether it's Breaking Bad or Game of Thrones or Justified. I don't know, a lot of people go crazy about Breaking Bad, but I don't like the soap opera aspect of it and only following one character. I like the context to all of it, all the pieces, like The Wire. It's more about the state of things, it's not about the narrative of a person. I'm not a long-term member of the Breaking Bad family. When I first started tweeting, I was just doing it because I was watching Breaking Bad in my trailer and I was so scared by the assassinating cousins. And when people started responding to me, I realized it was like I wasn't watching it alone. I think Breaking Bad is brilliant. Good drama in the US is also so funny and blurs the line between light and dark. It's a very strange experience being on set of Breaking Bad. You never know what's coming next for your character. I feel like I don't even know if I'm going to live through the next scene I'm in. It's exciting to work on. For Breaking Bad, people were with Walter White for 99% of that show, even though that guy is a monster. Visit our website for more quotes, quoting.com.